Eric VM, Baron of the Valley, 55-55. Christopher Walker, De Pere, Wisconsin, 55-10. Seth Ralston, 55-10. Double nickels on the
He says, clicked on the puppy in the newsletter and I got here. Was the puppy linked to double nickels on the dime?
It was linked to an open donation, I believe, called a puppy donation. It's a new category. It's called the Sad Puppy donation.
Sad pup.
Adam Barrett, 51-15. Scott Nelson, 50-001 in Melbourne, Florida. And now the following are $50 donors, name and location if available. It's Robert Fittler in Mars, Pennsylvania. Danielle Williams. Danielle. S.F. Norlander in Willemstad, Netherlands. Oh, interesting.
No. Willemstad, Netherlands? No. That doesn't sound right.
That's what he says, Willemstad, Netherlands.
It's probably Bonaire or Curacao or something.
Oh.
No, it's okay. Then it could be Netherlands Antilles.
Well, could be. Stuart Fawcett. Jeffrey Zellen in Oakland, Michigan. Richard Gardner, Sir Richard. I think I don't know where he is anymore. Darren Daniszewski in Dubai, Arab Emirates. And Peter Totes in Sugar Land, Texas. Eric Dutro in Flint, Michigan. Maxine Waters Gravel.
That thing is still there, man. The gravel.
It is still donating. And finally, the Rogson family in Los Angeles, California. I want to thank all these people for contributing to show 1133, two lucky numbers. And these keeps the show going. Really appreciated.
Yeah, Maxine Waters Gravel requesting First Communion karma from our youngest Gravel in training. Okay. And for Adam Barrett, he wanted to add fellow producer and smoking hot upholder of the law, Amanda, to the birthday list. So we'll do both of those. And thank you for showing up and participating in our grand experiment, 11 years and 1,133 episodes strong. It is your show. You produce it, which means you're responsible for everything. You guys do fantastic. This is a great example of it. We appreciate all of the financial support. Also from people who came in under $50. That is how you can always be assured of anonymity, since we just don't read anything under that level. But we do have a lot of 33s, 11s, 12s, all of the programs, the different subscriptions, which help out tremendously. Please support us for our next program, which will be on the other Thursday. And you can do that at Dvorak.org/NA. Karma's as requested.
Jobs, 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 and jobs. Let's vote for jobs.
You've got karma.
Here's our list for today. We're nearing the end of the month, 28th of April, 2019. Les Smith says happy birthday to his smoking hot wife, Kim. She'll be 50-ish, or she was 50-ish on April 20th, so it's a belated happy birthday. Adam Barrett to the smoking hot upholder of law, Amanda, who's celebrating, and Chris Bryant to his smoking hot girlfriend, Miranda. She turned 36 yesterday. Happy birthday from everybody here at the best podcast in the universe.
Title changes, turn and face the slave. Title changes, don't want to be a douchebag.
We have one upgrade for today. We read his note diligently. Sir Scott, Baron of the Bikes, has upgraded his status to that of Earl, and that is due to another $1,000 in support of the No Agenda podcast, the best podcast in the universe. Thank you very much, Sir Scott. That is highly appreciated. And we do have one knighting today, Todd Moss. Let me get my, let me see, where did I put it here? It's a new studio. Oh, here it is.
Wait a second. Keep my thing. Wasn't he, was it Sir Scott that got this new crazy title? Secretary of Counter-Tourism?
Oh, it's not on my list that way. Let me go back and take a look. We want to make sure we do that right.
Yeah.
Baron of the Bikes, nominee for the Secretary of Counter-Tourism. Let me do that. Thank you. Let me just put that in there properly here. Do a little cut and paste work on the fly. It's not easy. It's not easy doing the best podcast in the universe.
Well, in fact, that exact commentary was mentioned in the Mueller report.
So grab your blade. Do you have it?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, perfect. Todd Moss, come on up. Step up to the podium right here next to the lecture, and you see everyone seated and ready to go. Oh, they're standing up for you. There you go. It's the No Agenda Roundtable for Knights and Dames, and due to your support of the program in the amount of $1,000 or more, you are hereby proudly pronounsticated Sir Todd Moss, Knight of all high-altitude aluminium tubing. And with that, you get a seat at the table and your choice of hookers and blow, Red Boys and Chardonnay, waifus and waffles, bourbon and bong rips, onion rings and ice cream, fish pie and fellatio, harlots and houndall, redheads and ryes, beers and blunts, geishas and sake, vodka and vanilla, bong hits and bourbon, ginger ale and gerbils, and, of course, mutton and mead, all the Knights and Dames. Love it. Head over to noagendanation.com/rings. Hand off all your information, your personal details to Eric the Shill, who'll keep it confidential, but will also send out to you your official No Agenda signet ring, your sealing wax, your certificate, and we expect you to put that on the social med so we can take a look at it, be proud, and thank everybody, including you, for your courage. It's highly appreciated. Then we have a couple meetups to mention. I already talked about the Zurich meetup, so now we're moving into May. May 2nd, we have a Seattle, Washington meetup. May 4th, Baltimore, Maryland. May 5th, Brussels in Belgium, seat of the EU government, at least part of the time. May 18th, Cincinnati, Ohio. The 25th of May, Eastern North Carolina. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on the 25th as well. Then we have June 6th. They're doing one a month. Another Seattle, Washington meetup. And June 8th, Oklahoma City. I believe Oklahoma, but I'm not sure. I got to check that out. You can check it out yourself by going to noagendameetups.com. Sorry?
I don't think Oklahoma City's there's any other one except that one.
Why did I say that then?
I don't know.
That's geography.
Wondering myself.
Oh, I'm thinking of Kansas City, which can be multiple places.
Well, it's the same giant metro area.
Yes, it is the giant metro area.
With a line in between.
I wanted to congratulate the producer who put together NoAgendaPlayer.com. Not only is it a fantastic way to participate with the group in annotating the shows, which is working out extremely well. It's just beautiful. It's a great place to share links to the show. And I think he set a trend, which is really important. Marco, who does the Overcast app, has now included, and no coincidence he's doing this when all these other bullcrap closed apps coming out. You know, you can only get Trevor Noah over there. He has a share a clip in the app now, which is, I mean, how long have we waited for this? I mean, we have our own version of it online, but now apparently in the Overcast app, you can select the beginning and ending and just send a little audio clip to your friends. That's a great feature for him. And I think it's great for podcasting too. So make sure you get that and use it a lot and use the No Agenda player. It's a great way to propagate the formula. Since I've been
I got a clip I want to get out of the way. Which
is about podcasting?
Is it about podcasting?
Is it about podcasting?
No. You want a clip about podcasting?
I was going to just finalize it with a clip about podcasting.
Oh, okay. Well, finish this off.
Because there's been a lot of talk lately about what is a podcast.
It's clearly outlined in the Mueller report.
I know, but people still don't understand what a podcast is. And I thought maybe we could go to the man who knows everything about what a podcast actually is and who has standing in the area by knowing what it's not. Yes, that's right. Here to tell you about what a podcast actually is the one and only Rush Limbaugh.
You know what podcasts are, by the way? Well, I mean, I know you know what they are. But, I mean, do you know what podcasts are supposed to be? They are supposed to be talk shows for people who cannot make it in talk radio.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is, in a nutshell, that is what a podcast is. Thank you very much, Rush.
What a bigoted comment that was.
Yes, it actually has a whole minute of this about
The guy is making $400 million in his contract, and he has the nerve to. This is like the time when he used to rant years and years and years ago. He used to rant and rave about drug addicts and how they should just be thrown in jail and throw the key away.
Meanwhile, he was hooked on Oxy.
Then it was a few years later he got hooked on Oxy,
right?
And he to the point where he could have been thrown in jail himself.
Oh, really?
Oh, he was really.
Was he traffic? Was he trafficking?
It made him deaf. This is what made him deaf.
Yeah.
And he shut up about that idea about just throwing the key away.
I've heard him because I've been driving around a lot in the car, much more than I used to, because we're now on the frontier. And so, it's pretty much all you can get here on talk radio wise, NPR or Rush and Hannity, and whatever else is local here. But he sometimes goes to a commercial break and actually says, "I'll be right back after this obscenely profitable commercial break." The guy, he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he says stuff like that.
Gosh. Anyway, but it's true. It's true. We are losers who can't get a radio show, and that's why we invented the podcast.
That's exactly right.
Thank you, Rush, for clearing that up. All right, over to you.
Okay, so Bernie's got a new senior advisor. She's considered the national press secretary for Democratic. This woman, Simone.
Wait, is she back? She was Bernie's. Wasn't she Bernie's?
Left the campaign and she was.
She came back.
Then she went off on her own and she started bitching and moaning about the old white people, and she was. So somebody made a collection of some of her commentary
about old white guys.
Yeah, bitching and moaning. We don't need. What she's saying is everything she says in these clips is we don't need Bernie. But she jumps at the chance to get a paying gig. But listen to this.
In my opinion, we don't need white people leading the Democratic Party right now. The Democratic Party is diverse, and it should be reflected as so in our leadership and throughout the staff at the highest levels.
What do you say to the people who dragged a poor white guy out of a car and beat him?
Oh, my goodness, poor white people. Please, stop. The folks calling for civility might need to check their privilege.
I thought she was running Mayor Pete's campaign.
Yeah, she's apparently back at Bernie.
Huh. Isn't her name Robin Sanders? I want to say
Simone.
Oh, Simone Sanders?
Symone.
Why do I think that she was running someone else's campaign? No, you're right. You're right.
Well.
She's 25. She's 25?
Yeah.
No. That was August. That's 2015. No, that's her, but that's her 4 years ago. She's 29 now.
She's 29. She looks older, but she's 29.
Oh,
she's got all that earmarks. She's got all the millennial crap.
Yeah.
Dishes out. Here's another one that's got everybody upset. This is an old clip. Mm-hmm. Those are old clips of her. This is an old clip of Biden going on and on about the state. He had the opportunity after I think it was a Bush State of the Union speech, where he got to do the counter speech at the end.
Right.
And it's all about drug enforcement.
Right. That's when we started throwing black people in jail for smoking weed.
Yeah. Well, we were throwing them in jail.
No. This was the legislation that Biden was like, throw them in jail, these horrible people. This is going to come back to haunt him.
Now I'm going to point out some.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, here he is making these points after a presidential State of the Union.
Now I'm going to point out some specific things, 6 of them, that we find inadequate about the president's plan. I think the president has to join us in making a significantly greater commitment to these 6 areas to stem the rising tide of violence in America. And that's what it is, violence. First, we have to join together to ensure that drug dealers are punished swiftly, surely, and severely. And in line with what the president is calling for, we have to hold every drug user accountable. Because if there were no drug users, there would be no appetite for drugs, and there'd be no market for them.
What?
Let's take a look at what the real problem is. It's not just how many people are using drugs. As the president said, the number of people using drugs, cocaine in particular, is down in our country. That's true. But the violence...
Did he say that's true? Did you say that?
No.
He said that's true.
in the clip.
That's beautiful.
Drugs, as the president said, the number of people using drugs, cocaine in particular, is down in our country. That's true. But the violence associated with drugs is spewing out all over America. And that's terrible. I know it's hard to believe, but this very day, violent drug offenders will commit more than 100,000 crimes on this day alone. And the sad part is that we have no more police in the streets of our major cities than we had 10 years ago.
That's true.
And what the president proposes won't help much. What he proposes is no increase over what the Congress has already approved last year. In a nutshell, the president's plan doesn't include enough police officers to catch the violent thugs, not enough prosecutors to convict them, not enough judges to sentence them, and not enough prison cells to put them away for a long time. That's why right now, 6 out of every 10 criminals who are arrested on drug charges have their cases dropped.
Yeah.
That's why we think the president should triple the commitment that he's made tonight for police, prosecutors, and judges for our cities and our states.
Yeah. And that's how we got 3 million people in jail.
Yeah, and build
Thanks,
more
Joe.
prisons was his other message.
Yeah, thanks,
now,
Joe.
It's true. But he said there's 100,000 crimes a day